I have got so many first impressions to try today. I have got so many products in PR recently, and I've also been buying a few new goodies as well, and I cannot wait to put them on my face today. I've got mostly indie brands to test, which I absolutely love. I love supporting indie makeup brands because they are the ones that need your custom and your support the most. These big brands, they can survive without, but indie brands, it is supporting small companies. A lot of the time it is supporting individual people, and so I'm just so excited to jump into this video today. I've got a mix of Beauty Moon, Nabla, I've got the Pastel Roses, I've got a lot of stuff going on. So if you like the sound of that and if you're excited, if you have not already, like and subscribe, it would mean the world to me. I am slowly trying to make this YouTube thing my full-time job. The rest of the time I am a teacher and I am 24 years old. Here we go. I love bright, fun, colourful makeup. I love get ready with me's, chatting about absolute nonsense. I love project panning and all that kind of stuff. So if that sounds like a good time to you, definitely stick around. Hello to my lovely regulars. I hope you are well. I hope you are doing good. And I do also have a channel memberships with exclusive content if you are interested in that as well. So without further ado, I'm literally just going to jump straight into it because some of these products I've been waiting to try and test for the longest time, and I can finally do it today. I'm finally getting my little grubby hands in there and I'm doing it. So I'm going to start by popping my hair back as usual. So like I said, most of these things are indie. However, I do have a few drugstore products to test as well. Most of these are first impressions. Some of them are second impressions. So a big mix of everything today. But all of these products are pretty new to me either way. So I think... Ooh, what am I going to do first? Let's do base first. Let's live life on the edge a little bit. The first product I'm going to try is not actually foundation. It's actually a concealer. This is a brand new concealer to me. This is the Collection Lasting Perfection Extra Coverage. So I'm really excited because I love the Collection Lasting Perfection concealer. It is a holy grail of mine. But extra coverage, I've never actually tried, so I'm really excited. I actually didn't realise this was a thing until I saw it in a YouTube video. I think I saw Soph review this. She used to be Soph Does Nails, so I'm just gonna use this as a spot concealer before I put my foundation on. I've been really loving spot concealing before my foundation recently. I do have acne prone skin, as I'm sure you could tell. Oh, wow. Okay. That's just gone. The Collection Lasting Perfection Concealer was amazing anyway, but oh, wow. This, I think, was like $4.99 from Boots. I'm actually shocked at that. Hang on. I always blend out my spot concealer with my finger just because I do find that that gives you a little bit more coverage than using a sponge or a brush or anything like that. But wow, look at that. That is very impressive. I feel like this is going to be a really good just concealer for me when I just want to go out the house but cover up a few little acne pimple marks. And this is a true first impression. I have not tried this concealer at all. So look at that. That is craziness. I'm truly impressed with that. I get really self-conscious about my acne quite a lot, and my acne is normally caused by hormones and things like that, all the good old fun womanly stuff, but this is a really nice product. Look at that. Of course, everything will be linked down below as usual, but okay, wow. Was not quite expecting it to be that good. So the reason why I wanted to spot conceal before my foundation today is because I know my foundation that I'm going to use isn't the most incredible full coverage. I have actually done a full video review of this. This is the Nabla Art of Skin foundation stick, and this claims to be full coverage, but I just don't really think that it is. I've done a 12-hour wear test with this in that initial review video, and I do really enjoy it, but I knew I wanted to try it with something underneath. So when I first tried this, I just put it on my moisturized skin. There was no spot concealing or anything like that. So I do want to see how it works with things like this because I feel like it'll really step it up a notch a little bit. So I'm just gonna paint this on my skin. I'm in the shade NCO5. And of course, if you are interested, I would definitely recommend the full video review. I go a lot more in detail about everything there. But Nabla do have a shade matcher feature where you can pop in your perfect shade match from another brand and it'll tell you what foundation shade to get in their line, which I think is absolutely incredible. I think that's such a helpful and useful tool. However, this foundation does claim to be full coverage and I just don't think it is. I'd say this is like a medium. Like you can even see, even with spot concealing, you can still see my acne. I'm actually really excited about this foundation because I do my makeup on the bus quite a lot. And so doing liquid foundation on the bus is a nightmare. And it's why I've really been loving cushion foundations recently because they're just so easy to use in like a tight space, and when you're like this on the bus trying to jiggle around some liquid foundation, no. So I think that this will be used by me quite a lot in that aspect, but I think I'm gonna have to wait till my acne calms down a little bit before I can like properly use it. I'll do another layer of concealer on top just to kind of give it a bit of a helping hand, but yeah, I don't think this is full coverage at all. I'd say it's like a solid medium. I love the finish of this. It's not matte, but it's not luminous. It's kind of somewhere in the middle. And I really do enjoy it. It makes my dry skin look a little bit more healthy. I think because my skin is so dry, I'm just used to seeing it completely matte and flat all the time. So I've not really got into this like luminous trend that's been going around recently. But this is a nice in the middle formula. And it does look just like skin, which is really nice. You do get some foundations that are just a bit much. And like I am guilty of being a full coverage cake face queen, but this definitely isn't that kind of vibe. This is definitely a more natural, not no makeup, but like definitely more natural than I usually go. Full coverage though, I just don't see the full coverage-ness of this. I do think it's slightly light for me, but hey, that's fine. I do like this. I wanted to try it again, but like you can still see a lot of my breakouts. Should we try and do a second layer? It did say it was buildable, but again, in my first impressions, I want it to be more buildable. That's definitely better than it was. But again, you can see everything still. The like buildability, is that the word? It definitely works better on my forehead. So these breakouts are definitely older breakouts. So they've had a little bit of time to heal. So it definitely works a little bit better there. But yeah, these fresh bad boys, I just don't think it's full coverage. But, you know, that's fine. My skin will calm down in like a week or two. So hey, whatever. I'm going to go back in with the concealer that we used, the collection one. And I'm just going to conceal under my eyes. And I am going to just pop some on my breakouts too, where the foundation didn't quite cover. I'm very impressed with this though. This is amazing. I didn't really know how they were going to beat the original Lasting Perfection, but I mean, they have. And I'm baffled. But yeah, just that little layer of concealer I think just was needed for me. I've definitely got better at being okay with my skin. I feel like all the way through my teens and my like young adult, I'm still a young adult, but like through my like very, very early 20s, I was not leaving the house unless every single bit of acne was covered. And now I'm like okay with leaving the house with breakouts peeking through. Like breakouts are natural at the end of the day. I'm not going to apologize for them. I've kind of got a little bit more comfortable in myself and my skin and my acne. So you know what? I'm not too mad about it. Okay, that looks great. The base is looking so good right now. Okay, so I do have a brand new powder that I've been holding off using for so long. I knew I wanted to film this video So I've been like squirreling away and hoarding away new makeup and not letting myself use it for the longest time because I want to save it for this video. But this is from Beauty Moon Cosmetics. It is their loose powder. This is in the shade Snow Days, and I've not really seen many true indie brands coming out with loose powders. You see a lot of indie brands coming out with cheek products and with eyeshadows all the time, but I'm intrigued to use this. This does kind of remind me of Huda Beauty packaging. It's kind of, you know, same kind of vibe. And you do get a little puff with it. Look, just proof. I've not opened this at all. I'm breaking in as we speak. Okay, and I'm going to tap a little bit into the cap. I'm not going to use too much because I do have some cream cheek products to try, which if you know me, you will know it's a scary day when that happens. And I'm just going to tap off the excess on the back of my hand. I've learnt recently that less is more when it comes to powder. I know everyone learnt that lesson, you know, in like 2018, but hey, I'm a little bit slow. I'm a little bit behind, and that's okay. I'm just going to use the excess to do the other eye. I mean, from far away, it's looking pretty good. I will take a close-up look in a second. Yeah, it feels set. Okay, I'm just gonna set around my T-zone a little bit. Let's have a close-up look. Oh, that's nice. That's very, very smooth. Okay, I was a little bit nervous for this, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie, because again, like, what indie brand comes out with a loose powder? But that looks really, really good under the eyes. Like, I can see that it is set as well. You can see on my forehead, my T-zone is definitely set compared to my, like, true forehead. That looks really good. Okay, okay. I didn't want to use too much because, like I said, I do have some cream products to test. I'm a little bit scared, but you know what? Let's hold hands, we'll do it together. So this is the Nabla Art of Skin Contour Stick. I did like this a little bit more than the foundation in my initial review, and I'm going to use it again today. I didn't really have any gripes with this, other than, like, I wish it was just a bit more. But I mean, that's me with anything, to be honest. I'm not even going to lie. You could give me the most pigmented full coverage anything, and I'd be like, can we just give it a little bit more? So mine's in the shade One Fair Light. I kind of wish I'd have got the deeper shade, but then also I kind of don't because I know I have bronzer blindness. So I'm just going to put a little bit more on than I did in my initial review and then just see if this works a bit better. Okay, you know what? With a little bit more product, I mean, that blended effortlessly. That's so nice. Yeah, with a little bit more product, I think we're good to go. And again, for traveling, this is perfect. And I'm going to be a little bit less careful with it than I was in my initial review. In my initial review, I was like dabbing it and I was trying really hard to make it look nice. But today, I'm just going to use it how I would actually use it in my everyday life. And I'm just gonna, like, rub it in. And I mean, it's not disturbed anything. It's looking pretty good. So, yeah. Okay. Again, on the cheeks, I'm literally just gonna, like, really roughly smush it in. I'm not trying to be careful. I'm literally just, like, going for it. Because realistically, that's how we're gonna use it. We're not gonna be careful every single day. We're just gonna smush it on, hope for the best, rub it in. Yeah, okay, that's nice. I think that's why I've been so opposed to cream products over the past few years, because you do seem to have to be very, very careful with them. However, over the past few years, recently I have noticed that cream products seem to be a little bit more durable. They seem to be able to be, like, thrown around a little bit more. You don't have to, like, tiptoe around them quite as much. And I feel like that's one of the reasons why I've started getting into cream products. That's a bit of a stretch. Okay, that's a bit of a stretch. Getting into more like looking at, maybe. But I'm not completely opposed to them anymore. I do have a few in my collection that I use, so, you know, times are changing for me. This is a big leap. I'm only about 10 years late, but that's okay. I do like how blendable this is. Like, it blends in seconds. I really do like that. I am actually having to do my makeup on the bus tomorrow, so maybe I'll take these products with me. Is that a little bit risky? Probably. But you know what? They gotta be used, they gotta be tested. We're looking good. We're looking really, really good. I always get a little bit scared with full face first impressions because you never quite know what's gonna go wrong, what's gonna work, what you're gonna have to like tiptoe around, but I feel really good so far with this face. This is where it could all go wrong though. This is a product that I have actually used before and it didn't work the best. This is from Essence and it's from their Alice in Wonderland collection. It's the pH Reacting Lip and Cheek Balm. Now, I think I made a vital mistake last time I used this. I think I just used way too much. So I'm going to use a very, very light hand today and I'm going to try my best to amend that mistake. So I'm not going to go in with a dense brush. I'm going to go in with a bit more of a stippled, like fluffy brush. And I'm literally just going to do 2 dots and then tap it into the cheek. And I'm going to be very, very careful. I'm going to use a very small amount because this last time broke up all of the powder that I put under my eyes. It just didn't really work too well. So I'm just doing a less is more technique today. I'm just very slowly going to build it up and I'm going to take my time and I'm just going to chill out a little bit with this. This is like a big fear when it comes to cream products. It's the ones that just break up everything, that just look mushy and just make you look like you're melting a little bit. Like, no, I don't want to go for that. Thank you very much. So hopefully I've learnt my lesson and hopefully this will look a little bit better today. I am very scared of it right under my eye. Yeah, it's making like this weird line where I've put my powder, even though I'm using such a small amount. And I've said before, I kind of know that you need to typically use a cream blush or cream products in general before you set your face. However, I don't want to have to change my whole routine for one product. I'd rather just let a product work in my routine. And that's what I was going back to when I was saying about cream products. They've evolved quite a lot. This is like one of those cream formulas when cream formulas first started coming out and they were a little bit gunky and a little bit gimmicky. Like, I just don't like it. Oh, I think this is still a fail. I wasn't the biggest fan in my initial Alice in Wonderland review, and I just don't think it's the one for me. I've definitely used a lot less, which is good. But yeah, you can definitely tell there is like a weird line. I'll show you in a second where I've put that. And it's not the most flattering. Can you see what I'm talking about? It's like a weird line round here where the products just are not working together. And I don't want that. I do have cream blushes that don't do this, so I'd rather just use them instead of this, like, no. No, thank you. Not for me. Not for me. It's a little bit tacky as well. Not the worst thing in the world, but no. I think that's a no. What was I saying about, like, everything's going so well? Caitlin, shut up. Okay, now it's time to play with one of the newest products in my collection. I actually got this PR package, I think only yesterday. This is from the Pastel Roses, which is one of my favourite brands of all time. This is their new highlighter, the Glow Impact Ultra Glow Highlight. And this is in some swanky new packaging, which is so cute. Normally, their highlight packaging is cardboard, but this reminds me of the Seven Wonders collection. So their Seven Wonders little eyeshadows are in a smaller version of this compact, and I think they have just re-released the Seven Wonders collection as well, so if you're interested in them, definitely go and check them out. Code Caitlin20, it's not affiliated, so I don't earn anything from that. It's just for you guys to get some money off. Now, at first I thought this might be too dark. From the pictures online, it does look a little bit dark, but I swatched this in a unboxing, and it looks fantastic, so I'm excited. I'm a little bit worried it might stick funny on that blush, So I'm just gonna use a little bit at a time and just try and pop it on. Sometimes with these Pastel Roses highlights, I just use way too much and it looks ridiculous. So I would always recommend using a light hand with these. I'm just gonna build it up a little bit because I do love a blinding highlight. I am interested to see this not with this blush because I feel like it's looking just a little bit chunky, but I think that is the blush. I think it's because it's such a kind of creamy, almost gel formula and it's not quite set yet. It is just gripping a little bit odd, but I mean, look at my forehead. Can you even see that? It is super shiny, it is super glistening, and no, that's really pretty. I will have to use that again because I don't quite trust the blush underneath it. It's kind of messing everything up, but I mean, that glow is pretty blinding. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I mean, the Pastel Roses always do blinding highlights anyway, but do just use a light hand because they can be a lot. They can be a lot. I'm just going to pre-warn you of that now. So I'm just going to prime with my Urban Decay Primer Potion. This is not a first impressions, it's just the primer that I use every single day, and I'm so excited for this eyeshadow palette because, again, this is one that I have just had sat in my drawers waiting for this video, and I cannot wait to share it with you guys. This is from Beauty Moon Cosmetics. It's the Winter Veil eyeshadow palette, and this is just a bit of me, to be honest, isn't it? Like, this looks so cool and so intense and just blues and beautiful colours like that, so up my street. And I just can't wait to get my grubby little hands in this. So I'm going to do a look inspired by something I was tagged in. I actually can't for the life of me find the original post, but I just wanted to make it clear that this is inspired by someone on Instagram, and I don't know who she is. I can't find her again. So this is not an original idea. A few people have done similar things to this, but I'm just gonna have some fun today with my eyeshadow. So I think I'm gonna go in first with Silent Night, which is this deeper blue. And I'm gonna pop it on, wait, no, a little bit of a smaller brush. This already has a deep blue on it, so I'm just gonna use this brush. Okay, so I'm gonna do a kind of like hollowed out wing kind of shape. Come up like you're doing a wing. And then I'm going to bring it down on the lower lash line. I mean, straight away, that is very, very pigmented. I'm very happy with that. And then I'm going to bring it in, kinda. I don't know. I'm just messing around. I don't have the picture, like the inspiration picture in front of me, so I'm just going off pure, like, memory right now. This is probably going to be nothing like the original inspiration, but you know what? It's fine. I'm also going to bring it on the lash line and then fill in a little bit on the very, very end. I've been wanting to play with this palette for the longest time, and I've been putting it off for this video, but finally I'm able to use it. I'm able to play with it. Oh, I'm so excited. I've not felt the excitement for makeup for a while. I went through a little bit of a phase where I just wasn't really that interested. Like, I was interested, but, like, it wasn't there. You know, I was looking at all the new releases, and I was like, yeah, that's fine, whatever. But now, I feel like I have definitely got that mojo back. Started watching the new season of The Witcher last night. Oh, I feel really bad for Liam Hemsworth. I know that's going to be a really unpopular opinion, but I do feel really bad for him because it's just not the same. And it's not his fault. He's put in so much effort into it. But I do feel really bad for him. I do. He's doing his best, bless him. These are not even. What am I doing? What am I doing? Like, that's not the same at all. I do get really annoyed with TV shows, though, especially when it's been, like, years since the last season, because I don't remember what's going on. Netflix popped up with, like, a recap of the last few seasons, because it's been so long. And even with the recap, I'm not gonna lie, I am a bit lost. Like, I'm halfway through episode 2, and I'm like, I don't know what's going on. Like, who are these people? I don't remember these people at all. So, I don't know. Maybe I'm just dumb. but I don't remember what's happened. I'm gonna put like a little line here. I think this is what the inspiration picture was like. I can't remember though. I don't know. And then try and match it on the other side. Looking kind of cool. We're looking kind of cool. Now I'm going to go in with North Light, which is another matte, slightly lighter. These mattes are working really well though. I do like them. See how they blend though. Start packing that on top of that darker shade. I'm just trying to blend it a little bit. I really hope that Netflix learns its lesson a little bit from this whole Henry Cavill thing. Like, I've not done too much research into it, but it's all just a bit dodgy, really. If you don't know the tea, basically The Witcher is based off a book and a game, and Henry Cavill was the guy who was originally cast to play the lead, but the screenwriters kept going in, like, directions that were not true to the game or the book, and Henry Cavill stood up and was like, look, what the hell's going on? And he was, like, laughed at, basically, which is, like, so sad. So he left, and now Netflix is having a massive backlash because no one likes Liam Hemsworth. Okay, I'm going to use that lighter matte in the inner part as well. Try and blend that. Okay, I'm a bit worried because this is not looking how I envisioned it. That's okay, that's alright, I'm just gonna keep blending, it's fine. You know what I've noticed that screenwriters do? And this boils my blood, right? And it happened in The Witcher in like episode 1, and it genuinely angers me so much. And I've noticed it a hell of a lot, and now that I've said this, you'll probably notice this as well. There is a theme, right? Where a female character is in distress. Like, she's crying, she's sobbing, her world's falling apart, she's having an absolute mentee bee. And for some reason, that is the ideal time for another character to come in and kiss them. That's not a trope that I want to continue. That's not a trope that I really want to be watching. I feel like that's a bit taking advantage-y of a situation. And I don't think we should be romanticizing going in for a kiss with a girl who is actively sobbing. You know, it's happened so many times, and I've really clocked onto it in multiple medias. And, like, can we not do that? Can we not? It's not romantic. It's not cute. Like, can we please not do that? I can't remember what I was watching, but another show did it as well, and I just lost my mind. Okay, that's as good as we're gonna get. I'm gonna go in with Snowdrift, which is the lightest blue, and I'm just gonna go crazy. I'm just gonna whack that on, finish the blend off a little bit. Okay, this is definitely not going the way I planned, but that's fine. I'm gonna go in with Winter Veil, which is like this, like, marbled, beautiful, glittery shade. I'm gonna pop that on the very inner part of this look and just like try my best. This is not the palette. This is not the palette's fault. This is my fault because I don't know what I'm doing right now. That's a really nice shade. Sometimes with these super like marbled eyeshadows, you don't really know what you're gonna get, but it's like a really nice kind of silvery blue shade, which is cute. I like that. And then I'm going to go in with Blizzard, which is the deeper blue shimmer, and just try and blend out that light shimmer. There is a fly in this room, and every single time I try to film, it is like, hey, we're filming now. And I'm like, no, please leave me alone. And it is the most annoying thing in the world. I don't know where it's come from. Because, like, surely all the flies aren't, like, surviving this cold. But it's been here for legit weeks. And I don't know why. Surely flies don't live that long, right? Okay, is this the best eye look I've ever done? No. Is it the palette's fault? No. It is fully my fault. I don't know what I'm doing right now. I'm just having a good old time, okay? Just having a grand old time. I'm going to bring it down onto the lash line. Why not? I'm just going to, like, continue that blend on the lash line. Okay, boom. Why not? Lovely. And then on the inner corner, I'm going to go in with Snow Glow, because then I've used every single shade in this palette, which is great. I'm going to pop that right there. Boom. Just what we needed. Okay, you know what? That's cute. I really wanted to use this liquid liner, but like I don't really want to do a wing with it because I've already got all this going on. So I'm not going to use this today. I'm going to use this for another video. I'm going to save it. But so far, I think we're looking pretty good. The eyes scared me for a little bit, but I think once we get lashes on, it'll be fine. I feel like lashes just make everything a little bit more put together and a little bit, just look a little bit nicer. That's what I think anyway. I've got something in my hair. Oh my gosh. There we go. For the lipstick, this is a complete first impression. I've never ever used this before. This is also from Beauty Moon Cosmetics, and it is the lipstick in the shade Twinkle Kiss. This looks like a very neutral shade, but with a little bit of like a glittery finish. So I'm really intrigued to try this. Let's go. I've been putting this off for so long and I've just wanted to use it. That feels really nice. It feels very hydrating. When I saw like glitter finish, I was a little bit scared, but it's not a glitter finish where you're like, whoa, that's metallic. This is a nice like soft glitter finish to where it looks kind of like glossy almost instead of glittery, which is what I really love. And yeah, with that, this is the makeup look done. What do we think? What do we think? So let's go through everything, give final thoughts and things like that. This concealer is absolutely fabulous. For a drugstore concealer, I think this is amazing. I didn't think they could improve on the Lasting Perfection, but they did. I love it. The foundation from Nabla, it's okay. I'm looking forward to using it when I have clearer skin. I think that's when it's really gonna shine and it's really gonna, you know, show us what it's made of a little bit more. I have had really unfortunate timing for reviewing this because my hormonal acne is crazy right now, but it is calming down. Touch wood, I really, really hope so. So soon when these are kind of covered up a little bit. But I mean, the rest of my skin looks really nice. The rest of my face looks great. The powder, I think, looks really, really good as well. I'm actually shocked because I was a little bit hit or miss on this. I didn't know if this was going to be really good or really bad because obviously a indie brand has not really come out with things like this before, and I really like it though. It's really nice. Stan agrees. I definitely like the contour stick more than I did in my Nabla first impressions, just because instead of like being really delicate and tapping it in, I just went ham today, and that's how I'm gonna use it from now on, knowing that I can literally just like swirl my brush on my face and it's not gonna go icky or chunky or dry or cracky or anything like that. Knowing that, I actually like this a lot more, so I think I am going to take this on the bus tomorrow when I do my makeup. It's just a lot easier than having a powder and things like that, so I'm always on the lookout for makeup that is going to make travel makeup easier, and this is definitely that, so I like that. This is going to have to be decluttered. I've tried this 2 times now, and both times it's just not been great. It's the Alice pH Reacting Lip and Cheek Balm. It just breaks up everything. It's too finicky. I'm not a big fan of that. I want to use the highlight without the blush underneath because I think it looks nice. Like, look at that glow. It's beautiful, but I feel like without that blush underneath, it would look even better. So I will be doing a second impressions with that ASAP. I love this palette. This palette looks so cute. Like, look at my eyes twinkling right now. Stunning. I mean, it's a blue palette. I knew I'd love it. Like, we all knew that I would love this palette, and I do. So yeah, this is the first time ever trying Beauty Moon eyeshadows, and I really, really enjoy them. So amazing. And then I was a little bit skeptical of this lipstick purely because of the like glitter aspect of it. But I mean, it's not glittery at all. It's not like a metallic. It's just, it's nice. It's beautiful. Yes. Loving that. Okay, so only really one fail in this video, which I will take. I'm happy with that. Let me know, have you tried any of these products yourself? And what was your favourite product that I used today? Is there anything on your wish list? Let me know all your thoughts and opinions down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe to this YouTube channel. I hope you have an incredible day, and I will see you tomorrow for a brand new video. Bye bye!